Hey everyone, welcome to my Let's Try of God Eater Resurrection. I know it's been a little bit since I last streamed the last thing I streamed, which was the Division 2 beta. Now, just want to state that this is going to be a short video, as you can see when you go to click into it, obviously. But this game was originally released on the PSP as just God Eater, and then got remastered for the PS4 titled God Eater Resurrection, because they just, they're bringing it back from the dead, basically. And if you had bought the day one edition of God Eater 2 Rage Burst, God Eater Resurrection would have came with it for free, which I did, and I ended up getting it for $20 plus tax, which is a pretty damn good deal. I didn't know exactly what I was getting into. I just seen that it was like Monster Hunter, and I liked what I seen in Monster Hunter, but there was no Monster Hunter games. And then when I bought this, shortly thereafter, they were like, oh, hey, look, Monster Hunter World is just, announced a little bit not too far down the road. And I was like, oh, that's nice. I never bought Monster Hunter. I don't know, I just didn't really care much for what I played of it, but I think it's because I was playing it solo. Anyway, so I bought this, and the first game you can only get digitally. The second game you can get a physical copy and digitally. And as for and the third one just came out back in January, if not February of this year. So, and there was a beta for that. I even had it under my like when you first start off the PS4, you'll see like you're under the what's new section, and you'll see the people on your friends list. It'll show like what people have been playing, like, oh, this person started up this game for the first time, or this person has earned this trophy called blah blah blah, with the trophy image called this. And this game, stuff like that. You can write messages in there, sort of like how a Facebook wall works. I barely write in there, and I wrote hoping a lot of people would see it, but I don't think a lot of people check their what's new. I think they just turn on their games, go right to their friends list, or go right into games and all this stuff, or go right to streaming. They don't really pay attention to that, I don't think. It's kind of a bummer, because it's kind of nice to see what your friends are up to. Like, oh, I wonder what this person has been playing while I was offline. Oh, cool. Oh, and they got these trophies too. That's nice. That's cool. Anyway, point being, I wrote that there was a beta for this, and for the third game, and people should try it if they like Monster Hunter. It may be right up their alley. A lot of people did not. Well, everybody didn't basically see it, and it was a bummer. And a lot of people, and then a friend of mine recently was playing God Eater 3, and I was like, oh, and I'm like, you're playing God Eater 3, and I'm like, that's awesome. And she's like, yeah, I'm really liking this game. And I'm like, you should have got the first two games. And I said, they're actually on sale now. This was a few weeks ago, and there was a Namco Bandai sale, and they wanted the first game for like $5. This one here, and they wanted the second game for $20. That's Canadian though. It could be cheaper, but the first game I think was still legit $5 American as well as Canadian. Anyway, the original price for the second game in Canada still is $79.99 on the PSN, and I'm like, that's crazy. That's ludicrous. Anyway, so I'm going to show off a little bit of this game. Enough talking. If you're wondering why this is Canuck James, it's because I named my character's name is James, but they call me Canuck in the game. Or maybe just the save file's name James, I can't remember. Anyway. Hold on a moment, you're going to see a black thing appear, pop up. Something's off on my headset. Seems like the right side's coming in a little bit louder. I apologize for the blackness on the screen there. So, anyway, so to get into this, so I'm just going to click create team for now, so you can, you know, get different things for your team symbol. I usually just go with team B. And I have it a max 2 people. Password, you can only have it 4 characters, but in this case, I normally name my password Boob, but I'm gonna put Boop for the just for the sake of this stream here. Anyway, so then create team. So if you have any friends there, you know, you can like click invite by hitting the right touch part of the touchpad, and then send it in, and then they can automatically join your session. But if you don't invite and somebody comes on later, they can try to join your session, but they have to know what the password is, so you can tell them and then they'll join. So anyway, let's just go into start session. I'm just gonna run like 2, only 1 member in the team starting in single player mode. And that's kind of stupid. Anyway, so I'm gonna just do 2 quick matches. And when I mean by matches, I mean missions. Okay, so I'm gonna show a bit around. So some of these characters are like, so here's where you basically get your missions. These are extra missions, and I think you get these as like DLC, and I think they're free. But the difficulty is too high up. Like this one's difficulty 9. This is 13. This is 13. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. And then 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, and 14. So these are like, I guess, more like, I guess, in-game missions that you can do. Because difficulty 14 is like the highest, like, you can get into the story, standard missions. So here's, you know, you got your standard missions, you got your difficulty 1, you got your 2, and your 3. Lately, I have been playing this game, as you can already see, because you start with difficulty 1, and then as you progress through the story, it unlocks the second difficulty area, or missions, and then 3, and it goes all the way up to mission rank difficulty 14. That's the top-notch difficulty for this game. So, anyway, so I'm going to go into difficulty 1. Ogretail confirmed the old city. Eliminate as soon as possible. Research identifies the outer skin of Ogretail to be vulnerable to Pierce attacks. Mission time is 30 minutes. Good luck. So this game here, you can add in AI to team up with you to play, and then for the backup, you get different type of rewards or different, you know, whatever. They're not helping you. They're helping you over the earpiece, basically, or something, as communication. But anyway, so you get like 3 people to choose from. Then as for like say this here, you get like some people you'll see their name over and over again, but it's like an alternative. Like okay, you can't actually use this guy, and there's a reason. I won't go into spoilers. So you got Sakuya, Seizebolt plus S, and Exterminator 2. Standard clothing with shotgun, but up here you got Sakuya standard clothing sniper gun, but with healing beam and frugal 2 for the basic abilities. So you have like the alt. Oh, there's an alt 2 for an Alyssa. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna take anybody because it's gonna be easy peasy. So, if you're playing with friends, they'll take up these slots here, depending on how many you're playing with, and then you confirm. And then once you go to confirm it, here's a shopkeeper, so you can buy, like, inventory items. Like, each of these things do their own thing. Fully restore stamina, kind of useless. I guess it can be good, but it doesn't take too long to restore stamina. Oracle Activator that restores ally HP. That's good to have. Restores a small amount of HP. Stores OP. Removes any venom effects, leak effects, jamming effects. Increases attack power for 30 seconds. Damage received for 30 seconds. Or reduces damage received 30 seconds. Helps draw enemy attention for 10 seconds. Help reduce enemy attention for 10 seconds. Increases maximum stamina at the cost of HP. Increases maximum HP at the cost of stamina. Slightly increases maximum HP. The fiber produced by the few remaining sheep. Material produced by melting glass. Strong, flexible, synthetic fiber. The fabric made of synthetic fibers and plastic. Heat resistant and difficult to tear. Strong, lightweight material used in aircraft. I'm just basically reading like the items descriptions, but as you can see, has immense intense strength. A natural fiber that grows around cotton seeds. An edible plant that with medicinal value. Counteracts various toxins found in metals. Natural fiber, both comfortable and beautiful. Body fluid used as a metal solvent and stabilized and excited by high density metal. So basically these things here are what can help you creations and stuff. What exactly? I don't know. Like there's you can like upgrade things, like for instance, like if you have so much money, I'm not sure how much currency, I'm not sure how much money it costs, but I think it's 1,000, if not 100. Yeah, I think it's 100. Could be wrong. So if you were to have, say, 1 restore pill and 1... Okay, what is it? Herb, that's it. So if you take 1 herb and 1, what's it called here? Restore pill, you can form it to restore pill 2, which will restore a moderate amount of HP. And I think you can make it, I think there may even be a restore pill 3, but I could be wrong on that. I think somebody told me that, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so you can buy, these are items for your inventory for when you go into battle. Or if you go to buy items for storage, you can go into your storage at any time and then take them out and put them in your inventory so you can stock up. Then there's the different bullet buying basically. So you got your different type of sniper bullets, SN bullets, sniper bullet. Yeah. So you got these different sniper bullets, these SN bullets, and then you got these type of sniper bullets. Then you got other types of like shooting. So there's all different types of like, you know, things. And you can also create different bullets too, with combining things and such. Then there's to buy equipment, so you got melee weapons, guns, shields, and outfits and stuff. Never really dealt with the outfit stuff. I'm not sure if that actually helps at all. Maybe just cosmetic, I'm not really sure. Or if you want to sell items that you don't need, here you go. So anyway, that's the shopkeep. You can just, these people aren't always there, but you could just like go do a mission, come back, and I think like some of these people get changed up and around, and you can talk to them just for the sake of conversation. Oh yeah, I already accepted a mission, didn't I? Alright, so, and then once you're ready, you go there to ready up. So if you're playing with people, it'll say that you're ready up, and your friend.
Start whenever you're ready.
Operation commence.
Okay, so hold R1 to run. Press R1 once to go into gun mode.
My weapon is empty.
So, and also while you're playing this, you'll, you know, run around on the map and you'll find these shiny spots where you pick up to get some items. I don't know if all of them are, you know, material, you know, worthy. Herb. I don't know if all of them that you pick up is like material worthy to create items, but what I can say is that if it's no good, you can sell it for money. Not sure how much money you'll get because I've never really used the sell item option. So the bullets there that I used was used up in my OP area up on the top of the screen, which is the middle bar. In order to get that back, you have to slice and dice some of the enemy. See?
Cut him off. Now, strike and end it.
I won't fail.
That was the thing I had to defeat for the,
There's a hot meal and a good night's sleep waiting for you.
you know,
All operational
for the
threats have
mission.
been eliminated.
So what I'm doing there, by holding down R1 and pressing
Mount up,
triangle,
team. We're heading
my
home.
weapon basically
I hope I was
bites
helpful.
into the enemy,
helpful?
and I end up getting a material item from the creatures that you fight in the game. And you can do it as many times as you want while you're fighting them, and you keep gaining them, and you keep gaining. And it'll say how many you gained there in the bottom right-hand corner. But once you kill them and you do it, you gain 3 items. It could be 3 of the same, could be 2 of the same and 1 different, it could be all 3 different items. And you can only do that once they die. But once you kill them, or once they're, but if they're, what I meant to say was, if you go to, like when you're facing them when they're alive, you can do it as many times as you want. So here's basically the outcome of my thing here. So I got 1 ogre tail, mana stone chip, origami bone chip, claw, weak aramid fiber, weak magnet, meteorite silver, mana stone chip, impure jewel steel, carbon fiber, impure grease, brittle titanium, and 350 of the currency. Took me a minute and 34 seconds to do that. If I just went right into it, and then I could, you know, clear it like this. The highest rank that you can get in this game seems to be SSS Plus. That's interesting. I always thought SSS was the highest rank. Maybe you can only get SSS when you're playing alone. I'm not really sure on that. Can't really confirm that. unless I had somebody here to play with, and we did this right quick. But anyway, so then you click next. This is overwrite save data or not. I'll overwrite it. Why not? Then we go into the game there. So the cutscenes in this game are all in, under animation cutscenes, which is great, obviously, because it's an anime game. And if anybody out there who is watching this or has interest in this game and they view my, video, and if you are into anime and you're like, oh, well, they made this into an anime. Yes, that is correct. The game came first, I believe. Then they turned it into an anime. So it's not like the anime existed and they went, hey, let's go and create a video game based off the anime. When did the anime come out? I couldn't really tell you, but in my God Eater 2, when you open up inside, there was a little slip stating something about the Blu-ray for the anime. So, alright, so select, so you could travel a little bit inside here. So you got like the rookie section, the veteran section, the laboratory, and the executive section. So we'll go into the rookie section here. Can't really do anything here. There's nothing to collect or anything. Melissa's room. Not authorized to enter the room. Not authorized to enter Coda's room. Living quarters. This is for anybody. Not really much in here. Sometimes if you come here, there'll be some people in here. The people, other AI from the game. And those terminals are from the main, can also be accessed in the main area of the game too. So, and when you play co-op, you can split up, like one person can like go here and do something, another person, like, so, say if you're playing with 4 people, actually there is 4 terminals in the entrance area, never mind. So, say if there was you and one other person at least were playing online, and one person comes here, you don't have to follow them. They don't take you, like when they go there, you don't have to follow them there, and the game doesn't automatically bring you here, which is great. So we'll go into the veteran section. Same, looking hallway, except it's blue instead of green. Sakuya's room. Hello there. What's up, baby? Oh, I'm sorry. I had something on my mind just now. Okay. Soma's room. Too little information. Damn. He's, I don't know, me and my friend call him Emo. Because he's emotional. You are not authorized to enter this room, and that's Lindo's room. Again, I would go into that a little bit, but spoilers. So, I played a little bit of this on my Twitch channel first, actually, when I was playing with a friend, and I thought, yeah, you know what, a friend of mine wanted to see this game in action. She was like, oh, why don't you stream? And I'm like, alright, cool, I guess, sure, I'll see what my friend has to say. He didn't share his voice, but he was like, yeah, sure, I don't mind if you stream. So I was like, okay, great. And then I started the stream and streamed for a bit and then ended it. I could upload it, but I don't know. So nothing there. Okay, infirmary. Okay, so nothing's going on around here. Doctor, you're not authorized to enter this room. It's Dr. Sakaki's lab. Executive section. Again, everything's basically the same layout. And you're unauthorized to enter this room. So yeah. Anyway, so from what I gather of it, it seems like the main, I don't know what happened, but the world was basically, civilization was like ruined, because these creatures end up being made somehow into existence, and more of them, like, just randomly show up and they get formed, and like they tell you how they came to be in this game, and basically Earth is not the way it used to be, obviously. And there's not really too much of a civilization, human civilization going on because, well, these things keep hunting and killing us, humans. The Aragami. And the Aragami is all the different monsters that you fight, basically. And there's different Aragamis. Eventually new ones get introduced every so many missions and story-wise and whatever. Some are more of a pain in the ass than others too, by the way. I'll be glad to mention that. Let me do another one at difficulty 1 with a different type of... so here's one with Cocoon Maidens. This one's going to be easy peasy because it's difficulty 1. But yeah, there's different types here.
Alright. Looks like vitals are all in expected parameters. Begin the mission.
We will finish this.
So here's basically my inventory, but I got into by pressing the touchpad. Okay. I needed to get something to eat there. Just took a bite of my supper, so sorry for the chewing. Okay. So here is a thing that shoots stuff at you.
Sick of
it. In order to... Whoop.
Cut him off. Now.
Consider it done.
Pixie Shell, Pixie Elastomer, and Pixie Thorn. Okay. The further you get into the game difficulty-wise, you will come across the same enemies, but with a different skin, which is classic video game, 101, since the beginning of time. So basically, okay, so I obtained a Grief Wedge there. And now I got another Grief Wedge. And I can keep doing this as many times over as possible, and I'll still gain the same thing, no matter what. So if I want multiple Grief Wedges, this is how I do it. But while I do that, it also
This is the excellent work out there, team. There's
gives me, it also does damage too.
Feels good. A battle well worth our efforts.
Feels good. Feels good, man.
Mount up, team. We're heading home.
So,
Well, easy work at that one.
yeah. Oh yeah, there's also jumping in this game. You can double jump. Seems like I can't do it now because it's already the end of the mission, but whatever. Anyway, probably get what SS for this. So it took so long. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. What's my rating? Oh, SSS plus. Okay then. Well, then never mind. So, some of this stuff doesn't really mean much to me right at the moment, but anyway. There is one other thing I forgot to show off. I'll save it again because I'll keep whatever items I can get. Anyway. Oh my. Alright. So these terminals here, when you access to them, you got your inventory. Yeah, it's kind of weird because this is inventory store, then inventory withdrawal. Anyway, so I guess store means store. Yeah, storage. Okay, I didn't see that at the bottom there. I was thinking store. Must be storage, but I am right. Storage at the bottom there. Loadout, change the equipment and prepare for mission. So instead of Wild Sword Gang 2, So here's the original weapons that you get in the game right offhand. You don't have to go and buy them or anything. They just give them right to you. You got your knife, you got your blade, you got your Claymore P. Okay, here's a knife. Here's blade. Here's Claymore P. Here's Hammer P. Here's Halberd P. Here's Haken P, which is basically a scythe. And this one I had to combine things to create this. A friend of mine did that for me, actually. And then for, you know, the different types of gun ammo there that you can use for what, or, you know, the different type of guns, I should say, really. Then, you got different types of shields that you can use. This one I had to be created by combining items. There's better ones out there, obviously, but anyway. Then upgrades is for my, you know, to get my stamina and my health there. So I can change my predator styles here. I can manage my bullets here and change my clothes and appearance here. And if anybody's wondering, no, this is not what I look like. I do not have brown or red hair. I got dark colored hair. My hair is black. Anyway. So then you got personal abilities where you can change ally abilities and equipment. And this is where you got to craft your items. So if a friend of mine was like, okay, if you want to upgrade this, this is stuff that you would need. And I have none of this stuff. Or you can, oh, that's the upgrade equipment, my bad. If I wanted to craft equipment, then I could click this and, like, for instance, like I can easily craft this, which is nothing because this is low end stuff. I should be able to buy this in the store, to be honest. Not really sure how much for, but I could craft it if I wanted to. Not enough material. I am missing one knight armor. And some of the other stuff there. Base katana. Interesting. So there's different types of so each of these things have different, like, looking, you know, each of these weapons look a little bit different. As you can see here. I think this is where you can look at, this is where you can look at your craft materials to see, like, what it is that you have, like, in the, either inventory or storage. As you can see, everything is pretty much in storage. So, nothing really to take out. Keen armor I don't have, though, which is a bummer. But anyway, that's the brakes, right? So, anyway. And the exchange inventory is where you get, like, you know, the restore pill 2, like I mentioned before. So if you take one restore pill and one herb, you can create a restore pill 2. So there's other things that you can, like, create, like a blind trap, a venom trap, snare trap, among other things. Then you got your database of, like, information, like the different Origamis that you can fight. Like, here's Ogre Tail. Here's the Fallen Ogre Tail. Here's the Zygote, bit of what they look like anyway. Cocoon Maiden. Fallen Cocoon Maiden. As you can see, there's a different skin. Zangu, which is basically an ape. Then we got this thing here, which is an aquatic thing. Just pain in the ass. Actually, it's not really so much a pain in the ass, really. This is more of a pain in the ass than this. But anyway, this is more pain in the ass of them all. Each of these enemies have their own, like, certain weak areas. And the more that you attack their, like, certain areas of their body, it will break and will give you items, bonus items for doing so. So you got your Borg, Camlan, and you got your Quadriga. This annoying little asshole, which is a tiger that has electricity. It says attack element is spark, but spark is obviously electricity. Blaze, fire, freeze, ice, and divine. Well, that's something entirely different. Then you got Ouroboros. I know it's not really so good because you can't see a full build of them, which kind of sucks. But yeah. So these are the ones that I fought so far, basically. But anyway, so yeah. And then you'll also get, like, emails from, like, characters in the game basically saying just shit at random. Nothing, like, really noteworthy important. It's just jibber-jabber. Yeah. So, anyway. And then you can, like, save. So instead of, like, going to buy, not buy. So instead of going to do, like, a brand new, like, mission, you can just come here and save. Let me do one more. I'm going to try something a little bit more challenging for you folks. Let's see. Fuck that, no. 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 Oh shit, it's 10:18. I'm gonna go into difficulty 2. Actually, no. I better play it safe because I actually have to go and do something before 11 o'clock, actually. So I kind of hate to end it here, but see if there's any. I'll do this one. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. Alright. Let's do this.
Mission start. Well, mission start whenever you're ready.
Oh, Hibari. So the enemy that you have to attack on the map, it will be highlighted to where it's located. So in this case, it's over here, as it's shown, like, yeah. So there it is, right there. Okay, it's not the enemy I thought it was, but yeah. So I obtained air shot from him. And I defeated it.
Excellent work out there, team. There's a
These are
hot meal
pretty
and a good
weak.
night's sleep waiting for you.
Like, I am a
Feels
bit
good.
stronger
Battle well worth
compared
our
to
efforts.
when I first started, but not entirely too strong.
Next time, maybe we can
So,
face an enemy worth our time.
If I was using my
Well.
knife
Easy work
P,
with that one.
which I started with, or which it automatically equips you at the beginning, you'll be basically fighting them for about a minute. Like, that was like probably like a 10-second fight at most. Well, 10 to 20 seconds is like how long it would probably take me for me to beat him. But, and, okay, 40 seconds there. So if I was just playing with my original, like, startup stuff, it would be just a tad bit longer. So, like, the missions in these games go like this. Constant. So, yeah. There is one more thing I will show off, in case those who are wondering. How do you know what you're going to get for rewards, or this type of stuff that you'll get from enemies if you don't, you know, if you break them, or if whatever? Well, okay. So what you do is you go to the mission that you want to go to. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so if you see there in the top left-hand corner, it'll say square reward. So it will show you what the chances are of you getting certain things for rewards, basically. So the conditions, basically. So when you win, these are what, like, automatic. So you get like 800 currency, you know, money is 100%. But everything starts to go down by percentage, and some people don't like these about these types of games, and it kind of bothers me, because I played a game like it called White Knight Chronicles for the PlayStation 3, where it's like, in order to get certain drops, you have to beat enemies or break enemies, and hopefully when you break enemies in certain areas, that they will give you the drop that you need. And sometimes it's not only, like, if you don't get the drop and if somebody else gets a drop, you're not most likely to get the same drop as well. So, like, for instance, like, this is for an example. I'm not saying this for this game, but for White Knight Chronicles, like, if I wanted a Chimera Fur and it's 35%, and I don't get it, but my friend who's playing with me gets it, then, you know, it's kind of that thing. It's not shared upon everybody. Everybody gets their own type of rewards. It doesn't necessarily have to remain the same. So as you scroll down the list, it'll show you, like, you know, what the conditions are for getting it, and what the chances of are it being rewarded to you. That's what the automatic means. Now, if you clear it under 5 minutes, you get the Chimera Claw. If you complete it with 30 plus endurance, you'll get the Chimera, another, you know, a Chimera Fur, or a Fane, maybe a Fane, or maybe a Skull, or maybe a Claw. And the Claw is the worst because it's 3%. Then you got Generators, which is 3%. I got a few of those already. Then you get different types of bronze tickets. I'm not really entirely sure about the bronze tickets. I never dealt with them. Then you got the rewards credits up level 1 or higher. You get, you know, another 800 currency. Then you get, like, you know, the Restore Pill, maybe the Restore Pill 2, and then the O Ampoule and the OG Restore Post, like the probability percentage there. So it basically shows you what the percentage is. Meanwhile, in games like White Knight Chronicles, they don't tell you what your percentage is. They don't tell you right in the game. But some people were saying that, like, you know, certain things were, you know, in White Knight Chronicles, like, to get a certain drop, they would, like, give you a statistic. Not really sure where they got that information from, whether it was in in-game like strategy guide or whatever the case is. Not like those get made much anymore. Certain games have them, right? Anyway, so yeah, like basically, this is basically tells you like what you can get out of this thing here, but you have to meet the certain requirement. So if you complete the game, or not complete the game, but you complete the mission, and you wanted a Chimera Fang, and say you wanted the Chimera Claw, and they didn't give you the Chimera Claw, then you have to keep playing the same mission over and over and over again until they give you the Chimera Claw. And if you need it a couple times, then you need to keep doing it until you get enough. So each of these things, they can tell you like what you can get out of them. So as you can tell, as you can see, different types of origami there that you fight, the different like you know, rewards that you can get from breaking them, or they don't show you what you can get out of it for breaking them, but you can get, you know, rewards for breaking them. Some of the stuff that you see here, like a Draconic Fang maybe, or a Cold Ogre Fang, perhaps maybe even a Draconic Scale, or maybe a Origami Bone Chip. You know, just, you know, different things like that. But anyway, so, and they give you like enough time to do this stuff. Like, look at the time limit, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Like, difficulty 1. The tutorial 1, they give you 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So you got more than enough time to do these missions. I don't know what the longest mission is, but, like, when you're first playing this game, and you're learning, the ins and outs, you'll be taking more than 40 seconds, probably, to like, do these, like, you know, some of these missions, maybe, perhaps. Unless they give you, like, enough time to go around the map and collect everything on the ground, and then go and fight the enemies that you have to fight to win, to succeed the mission, to come back here and save, and, you know, whatever. But anyway. So yeah, so this is basically God Eater in a nutshell. It's Monster Hunter in anime form. The crafting and... well, I can't say so much about the lore, but maybe the crafting and like the item, like, you know, the equipment in the game is not as deep in this game as it is in Monster Hunter World. But if you like Monster Hunter World and you don't mind that you're playing an anime game or an animated game like this, and you want something new and fresh to play that's not Monster Hunter World because you're done with Monster Hunter World, this is ideal to play, especially with friends. But if you never played Monster Hunter World and never played a Monster Hunter game and you kind of want to get a taste of it, this is a perfect, this is perfect, you know, this is perfect to jump into and try, needless to say. There's not really much else to say other than that. It is what it is. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of anything else. I definitely highly recommend it. If you go to get God Eater 2, wait until it's on sale during I've seen 2 Namco Bandai sales within the past 6 months, and both of these games were on it twice. I think it was 2 Namco Bandai sales. At least one was a few weeks ago. The 2 games, this one and the second game, was on sale back in December, I believe it was, of last year. So, was saying that, you know, they're not on sale every like 2 or 3 weeks. It's not an EA game where it's like, hey, you know that EA sale where that Sims 4 game was going for like $10.39 back like 3 or 4 weeks ago? Yeah, well, it's back on a sale again now because EA sales are common and they happen so frequently and a lot. Yeah, it's not like that. But Golden Week is coming up right around the corner in April. So for those people who want a co-op game to play with their friends, and they like these sort of games, here you go. I give this a recommendation, because they still want full price for the second game. And back in back in December, they gave the Hong Kong PS Plus, I think it was, because it wasn't the Chinese PS Plus, but I'm pretty sure it was the Hong Kong PS Plus. Japan's PS Plus. They gave this. They gave the second game away for free on PS Plus, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, this is just in time for God Eater 3, but this game is more popular over there compared to what it is over here, and not many people have heard about this, or they've heard of it, but they never really looked into it. But they may or may not like Monster Hunter games, so it's a real damn shame that they never really gave us the first one for free, which is the cheapest one. Then they could have been like, hey, here, go and buy the second game if you really want to. It's going for $20 compared to $80 Canadian. What would it be in American? Probably $60, normal full retail price, because that's what they're offering, the second game for us, normal retail price of $80. So, anyway, enough jibber jabber. Like I said, this has been my Let's Try. This has been the Let's Try of God Eater Resurrection. I definitely, like I said, would recommend it. If you like the Monster Hunter games, these games are exclusive to the PlayStation system. I don't know if they're available on the PC or not. I don't think they are. But anyway, so yeah, I'll see you all next time for my next video. I'm not really entirely sure what that will be right yet. This weekend I'm going to be finishing up Drawn to Death, thank fuck. Then after that I'm going to be putting in for Dead by Daylight, so I can get some boosting, or some like trophy hunters basically, to try to boost the trophy, though it's kind of hard to boost the trophy. Just basically people trying to help to get a certain trophy in the game that I need to get the platinum in. But for new games that I'm playing, or just for games that I'm currently working on in the middle of, is this one basically. This Cook Serve Delicious 2. That's all I can come up with, actually. Those are the only games that I can think of that I have yet to play, or no, that I'm currently working on. So I need to start a brand new game that I can play solo, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. May go with a first-person shooter. I may go with another RPG. I may go with who knows what I'll go with. I may go with another Yakuza game, though it seems still kind of too soon for that, since I completed the last one was back in like October, November. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you all next video.